Welcome back. So we're going into Amazon Translate. But before we get started, remember to like, subscribe, and share this with anyone you know taking the AWS Machine Learning Associate exam. Breaking down language barriers with Translate. In our globally connected world, language often stands as the final barrier between businesses and their international customers. Amazon Translate eliminates this obstacle by providing neural machine translation capabilities that go far beyond simple word for word conversion, understanding text, preserving meaning, and delivering natural sounding translations across dozens of languages. Okay. The evolution from words to understanding. Translate represents a significant leap from traditional translation approaches. Instead of relying on rule-based systems or simple statistical methods, it employs neural machine translation, NMT, that mimics how the human brain processes language. This deep learning approach understands semantic context, handles idioms naturally, and maintains grammatical structure across language pairs. The service operates entirely as a managed solution. No infrastructure to provision, no models to train, no capacity to manage. You simply send text to Amazon Translate and receive high quality translations back. The serverless approach scales automatically based on demand and integrates seamlessly with other AWS services to create comprehensive multilingual applications. Amazon Translate connects naturally with the broader AWS AI ecosystem. It works alongside Amazon Comprehend for multilingual sentiment analysis, integrates with Transcribe for speech translation workflows, powers Lex chatbots for global customer service, and AWS Lambda for serverless translation architectures. This integration capability makes it easy to build sophisticated multilingual applications without complex infrastructure management. So let's get a little hands-on. Oh, we already have it bookmarked here. Okay, so translate. So the quickest way is to go through direct experimentation. So we're in the console. We're going to go to the little hamburger menu. We're going to select real-time translation. All right. And then we're going to have, let's see, source language, English. Okay. External target language. Let's say Mongolian. Hello, my friend. How are you today? All right. So this shows the output here, right? This is a real-time capability that proves invaluable for a chatbot application, maybe a customer support system, or any scenario requiring instant translation of user-generated content. You can experiment with different language pairs to see how Translate handles various linguistic challenges. So let's go to, let's see, Amazon. Uh, so you could do this with a document. You could do this by going with content in S3, and you could do this to process this, preserving the format, the structure, and make it ideal for any localized product manuals, any customer support documentation, legal templates, or any structured content that needs to maintain its original layout, right? And you could also do this with batch translation, right? With batch translation, you can create this job, configure, let's say, batch test, source language, English, target language, Spanish. All right. Okay. Did it select it? Okay. Okay. So it's selected there. Looks like you can select multiple languages as well. Then you choose the source location from your S3s. All right. We're not going to have a specific one right here. Designate the file format, plain text, HTML, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, XLF. All right. And then set the output, another S3 bucket that you'd select right here. Customize your encryption around here. Then you could choose the output specifics, more formal, less formal, profanity masking or not, any custom terminology you need to add, any parallel data. So that means anything you need to kind of manipulate the job itself so that you could choose how this makes it a more customized job. And then select an IAM role or create one for your IAM buckets, or excuse me, your S3 buckets in order to share this across and then create the job. We're not going to do that though. So batch translation excels at processing large volumes of content, customer email archives, marketing materials, documentation sets, or any scenario where you need to translate hundreds or thousands of documents efficiently. Okay. And we see some context here with this. All right. So with Amazon Translate's default models, they work well for general content. For business applications, you need a domain-specific accuracy. So two powerful customization features address these needs: custom terminology and parallel data, which we just showed in that previous batch. All right. There we go. Okay. So we showed you that terminology, right? And you can have a dictionary there. So it could be a CSV, a TSV, or any type of file like that that has term pairs, the key values. So you can have the source term, the target term, how you would want to have this applied, and then you would upload this terminology file, attach it to the translation request. So this ensures that AWS can remain in a way with a neutral version or one that has a more specialized customized version, right? Parallel data takes customization further by training on stylistic preferences and contextual variations. So this feature helps when the same phrase could translate differently based on context. So formal business communications versus casual customer interactions, legal documents versus marketing materials. The parallel data approach uses aligned source target sentence pairs in the TMX format and shows Amazon Translate examples of how you want similar content translated in different contexts. For example, how are you might translate into como ça va in casual context, but it might also come about as comment allez-vous in formal business communications. Costs. All right. Amazon Translate provides comprehensive monitoring through integration with Amazon CloudWatch. Under the Metrics Center, you can track successful versus failed translations, monitor batch job completion rates, identify error patterns, and analyze throughput for over time. This monitoring enables automated alerts for translation failures and provides visibility into usage patterns. That's the monitoring, which is very important, but the pricing goes into more. So the pricing model reflects the service's usage-based approach. It's about $15 per million characters for real-time translation, with document translation and batch jobs following the same per character pricing. Custom terminology and parallel data usage incur no additional costs, while provision throughput offers discounted rates for predictable high-volume workloads. So how do you apply this in global business? Translate proves particularly valuable when building multilingual AI applications. Consider a global customer support system that automatically classifies support requests. Like Amazon Translate can first translate incoming messages to a common language, then Comprehend can perform sentiment analysis and categorize consistently across languages. In content management scenarios, Translate enables automatic localization of product descriptions, user-generated reviews, and support documentation. Legal and compliance teams can translate contracts and regulatory documents while maintaining accuracy through custom terminology. E-learning platforms can make educational content accessible globally by translating course materials and subtitles. For machine learning practitioners, Translate opens possibilities for cross-language model training, enabling sentiment models trained on English data to work with multilingual input or allowing recommendation systems to operate consistently across different language markets. The service's real strength lies in removing language as a technical constraint, enabling businesses to focus on delivering value to global customers rather than managing translation infrastructure. Whether you're building chatbots for international markets, analyzing multilingual social media feedback, or creating global e-commerce platforms, Amazon Translate provides the linguistic foundation that makes truly global applications practical and cost-effective. That's it for Translate. Next up, we'll go into one of the other managed services. But before we go, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with anyone you know who's taking the AWS Machine Learning Associate exam. Thank you, and have a good day.